my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now in today's video, they actually just released the kind of details for the Winter Royale duo. So I decided to make a video on basically how to help you guys prepare for it and get the best possible chances you can to actually perform well and maybe even win some money, because this is the most open tournament they've ever had. Like, you don't have to be in any specific arena rank, and even in like EU, I know the top 1000 get money. In West it's top 250, and in East I'm assuming it's top 500. I could be wrong though. So if you're just an average player or above average player, you have a really good chance of actually earning some money. Like, I think for top 250 on West it's literally $500, so nice $250 for each player, which is kind of nice. That's like working 2 or 3 shifts. And if you're a young guy in high school or middle school, or if middle school is even allowed in this tournament, it will be actually really good for you. So basically, yeah, if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, make sure you use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get right into the video. So the first tip I'm going to give, and this is extremely important, as you guys probably know, it is obviously a duo tournament. So it's going to be really important for you to find a good duo that you work well with, that you can communicate well with, that works with your schedule of practicing, etc, etc. Just because one of your friends wants to play with you and they're not very good, but you want to take a little bit more seriously, I recommend probably not playing with them, because you probably won't do as well as you want to. So it's very important looking on Discord, whether you're in EU, West, East, there's always different Discord chats you can join and kind of figure out and find people who are similar to your placement level. If you finish like top 400 in a tournament, try not to like message people who finish top 30, top 40, because obviously there's most likely not going to want to play with you. So what I recommend is finding someone that kind of fits your placement style and who finishes top 400 as well, and then start practicing as early as possible with them. So now once you figured out a duo spot and you figure somewhere that's really good, for example, it can be Weeping, it can be retail, it can be somewhere off the edge of the map, whatever works for you guys. If it's really uncontested or really contested, it's your kind of choice. But basically, you need to find a drop spot that works really well for you and your duo, and you guys need to know every single inch of that place. You need to know the loot. You need to know where like floor spots land. You need to know where chests are. You need to know if there's any like weapon upgrades, if where even the ammo boxes are. Like, every small thing is super important. If there's mushrooms there, stuff like that, fishing spots, anything that can help you give an advantage to that game is super important to have. And the next tip is, so basically, let's say you found your duo, you found someone who's good, you found someone who like plays with your play style, and you guys have found a good spot. Now basically it's figuring out each other's roles to play as a duo, and now this is a big one, and you see a lot of teams struggling with this in trios and squads, or even back when they used to do duos, you'd see this a lot. And basically, it's very important to have roles, and I'll basically break down a couple roles that you guys can kind of split between you and your partner. So the first thing is you want to have an IGL. This is super important. Some guys and some teams just play with 2 IGLs, or kind of just play with like each other kind of speaking, and they don't really have a specific IGL, which in my opinion I don't think is a great thing. I used to think it was pretty good and not a big deal, but nowadays I think an IGL is super important, because basically they can just help you whenever it's like, say you're the IGL whenever it's end game, so you guys don't have any split decisions and you don't have any problems. There's always that one person who makes a call. If they make the wrong call, it's no big deal. People make mistakes, but obviously you want to have the smarter of the players, or smarter of your duo, doing the IGL, because they're going to be calling most of the callouts. Now, I'm not saying you have to call out every single thing. Obviously, your duo or yourself can call out some things, but you want to have an IGL where when it comes down to it and you guys have to focus on rotating or whatever the case is, they make the main callouts. Another role is tunneling. So endgame, normally I'd recommend if you have a PC or a controller and a keyboard and mouse player as your kind of team, or you're the keyboard and mouse and they're the controller, whatever the case is, normally I'd recommend having the keyboard and mouse player tunneling. And if you guys have 2 controllers or 2 PC or 2 keyboard and mouse players, I recommend just having who's ever better at tunneling basically be the main tunneler. Now, again, same with the IGL. I'm not saying that the other person can't tunnel, but I'm saying that for the majority of the time, you want to have the better tunneler, obviously up front doing the tunneling and giving the second person giving them all of their mats, while the second person looks for picks or just kind of make sure their back is all good. So it kind of depends on who you think is better. Another role is just having a wall holder. So basically, whoever has the better ping, if you're breaking into someone's box, you want to have one person holding down their wall and then the other person breaking. So that way, it's kind of the best option for you guys to basically get the wall, because obviously the lower ping, yeah, they say it's 50-50 split and the coin flip, but I still don't really believe that. I still think ping has to do with it. So you want to have the lower ping person always holding down the wall, and it wants to be instantaneous. You don't want to both be breaking or both be holding the wall. You want to have it instantaneous of someone breaking, someone holding. Another thing is kind of basically like loot. So for example, if someone's a more aggro player, give them the better weapons, like give them the purple pump, or if someone's a better sniper, give them the sniper always, or a rocket launcher, or if someone's really good at, I don't know, running just the tack, give them more heals, or if someone wants the pump SMG, give them the pump SMG. Obviously it kind of differs again, but main thing is basically just snipers, and more of like if I have an L2 spammer in my as my duo, if I have a controller player, I know I'm giving them my AR every single time, or SMG, just because I know they'll absolutely be able to track people down completely way better than I can. And then the last thing I would say basically for roles is just having someone who's kind of spotting around while dropping while the other person looks for loot. So for example, if you guys are dropping retail back houses, you want to have one person looking around to make sure that there's no one contesting you guys, or if anyone's landing on you guys, while the other is looking for the best possible drop spot or the best part of the houses to land on. And again, this is all kind of specific to you guys. It depends how you guys want to split it up. There's not really either way, but again, you just want to have kind of specific roles that works for the both of you guys. So now once you figured out all this kind of stuff, this is where it comes in. You guys need to start grinding the practice. Winter Royale is on the 20th, so basically you guys have 10 days to start practicing, or 11 days or 8 days or whatever you guys watch this video basically. But it's super important to start practicing as early as possible. And a couple things that I can kind of help you guys with practicing is, one, you want to start grinding box fighting 2v2, and again, you can find those through creative, or through Discord, sorry, or stream chats or something like that. It's a really good way to help practice your comms, which are extremely important, as well as just practicing as fighting as a team, because you guys always want to be fighting together, not kind of solo split or anything like that. So the first thing, like I said, is really important, is start practicing box fighting together and start learning how to calm and play with each other, because that is extremely important. The next one, and this is probably the biggest and the best form of practice, I guess you could say right now, is start practicing W keying as a team. Start practicing fighting as many people as you possibly can, because if you guys don't know, basically if you look on the events tab and you look at the Winter Royale, it's basically going to be a straight W key fest. Like, it's open to any people in arena, so there's going to be some really bad players in this game. Like, I'm talking horrible players. Like, they're going to be literally just open league players. There's going to be people who've never played in arena before, wanted to play this tournament. So I highly recommend that you guys start practicing W keys, so you can kind of learn how to actually play a little bit more aggressive and win these aggressive fights. It's going to be extremely important. You can basically just play straight duos and W key, but again, it's not really the same thing, because there are a lot of bots and like literally computer bots and AIs in the game, so you won't be getting the best practice. But trust me, I do recommend just practicing W key, because it's going to be extremely important. Then the last thing you can kind of practice is basically playing customs. Now, personally, like I said, I think playing customs will be a little bit more important, or playing W key game will be a little bit more important, but playing customs will also be important, because you're still definitely going to want to learn and know how to play end games. It's going to be extremely important, because there's still going to be some good end games, especially when you get higher up in points, for sure. But like I said, the main thing I would recommend practicing is box fighting, as well as actually practicing playing super aggressive in arena, because that will give you guys the best possible chances of doing good. But that's basically a how-to guide on how to kind of do the best as you possibly can in Winter Royale duos. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you slap a like button on it. Every single like helps me so much, and it helps me get noticed on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment what you want to see for a future video, and make sure you guys are using creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.